have a chat with a couple of our special guests, shall we? It is large. Dino says it's large. Dino gives it large. He scored 89 goals for the club, including the one at Wembley we know he doesn't like to talk about. He is our club ambassador. He's a lovely chap, and he's on the wagon, ladies and gents. It's Dean Windass. Now, I hope you're all in a good mood, and I hope you're all feeling that you should be polite to a former West Brom player, because frankly, if you're not polite to him, Dino can't help you, and I certainly can't help you. Former Jamaican international, 6 years at the Baggies, 20 years as a professional footballer. Would you please welcome Darren Moore. Darren, to be honest with you, mate, we haven't met before, and if I didn't feel it was great to see you, I wouldn't be telling you. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Dino, I think that Darren is what we would call a unit, football terms. Is that about right?
Yeah, I played at Bradford with Darren, and we couldn't get the change rooms because he was in there. So. But no, a great lad, gentle giant, really, gentle giant.
Yeah, he did look after you though, Darren, apparently. He tells me they played together at Bradford, as Dean said, and you were a sort of a shy, nervous type, maybe a bit smaller at the time, and apparently Dean sort of made sure you didn't come to any trouble. Is that right?
Well, that was then, but I've grown up now.
You did say that you stopped those strikers kicking him and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, well, when the little ones used to kick him and that, he used to give us a shout, you know, and I'll sort them out for you. But no, listen, we had a fantastic change room. You know, Bradford City never ever thought we'd get in the Premier League. I signed obviously when they were top of the Championship, when Darren was already there, and we had a great change room. We got promoted that year, and then obviously stayed up. You know, the season that we got to the Premier League, and that, well, it was a rock at the back. We knew. I think Paul Joe was one of the managers that he didn't want him and John Dyer to really touch the ball. Just he used to say to him, just dead it and kick it and get the ball away from our goal. And then we had players in the team who could score us goals and create goals, and we had a great change room, and that's how successful it was, really.
Just stand next to Darren, would you, please, Dean? Darren, I don't know how you feel about that, but what Dean essentially there was saying that you couldn't play and he didn't want you to touch the ball and stuff. I read that, ladies and gents, in that way, didn't you?
No, Dino's right. I mean, we had a real great team spirit then, and we were just, me and John Dyer was no nonsense defenders, keep clean sheets, and like Dino said, we had Dean and Robbie Blake, and that time what was goal scorers that would get us the goals, and we got promotion. But so those are special moments. So, and when me and Dino meet up today, we're still very much in contact, and that it's almost like we're back in the dressing room, and that never leaves, and that's something that always goes in the game of football, not just with Bradford City, but at anybody. I look on the wall there with the team back there. The promotion, what they want, usually when the lads get together, they just bring up a camaraderie and just reminisce from those days, because it was successful that you achieved something together. So it's wonderful then, and it's great for me to come up here today. Okay, I'm with West Brom. I'm a coach at West Brom, so I've travelled up with them today, and the team's come here today, very buoyant. Obviously we've won the last 2 games on the bounce, and who knows today whether we can make it 3 from 3. We know it's going to be a difficult game. The gaffers, you know, Tony leaves no stone unturned really, and he's prepared the lads as best as he possibly can. He's actually said to us that it'll be one of the hardest games today because, you know, almost like Hull City are wounded animal at the moment. So, and the next fixture to put their bad run of games is this one here today. So it's very, very much in the players' heads, and they'll go out on the pitch and warm up and hopefully start the game bright.
Hopefully you'll get mullered, to be honest, Darren. I mean, that's what our friends here are, apart from your friends on table 3, obviously some of them are thinking differently. Dino, let's have a look at this team. I've just been handed it just before we came on, run through it. We wondered if it was going to be 3 at the back, but we think, looking at the team, well, we're fairly sure it's going to be 4.
Very surprised. I thought we could have gone 3 with the 2 wing backs. Josh Tymon's come in, obviously with Robinson, just started training a couple of days ago. I'm looking at it as a sort of a 4-5-1. You know, I don't know if, you know, Snodgrass might go play off in Picardy. You know, looking at that, it looks like a 4-5-1 to me.
1 to 11, Marshall, Davies, Snodgrass, Klukas, Livermore, Mbakani, Dawson, Henriksen, Mason, El Mohammadi and Timon. Timon and Elmo, the full-backs, the 2 centre-backs, Dawson and Curtis Davis. And from there, Dean?
Yeah, listen, like that, I think, listen, I might be wrong, he might go Snodgrass as they call it, the number 10 now, you know, because he can, you know, he's the catalyst of the team, he's the one who makes us tick, he's the one who, you know, from set pieces, you know, and it's important for us today, I think, it's important that we get the first goal. And Darren said it in the last lounge, if West Brom score first like they did against Burnley the other night, you know, then there can be a real threat. You know, Rom Dom up front is a big, strong centre forward who holds the ball at will, brings his teammates into play. He gets goals, and that's what we've been struggling with at the minute. You know, I listened to Burns' radio last week that people are, you know, coming on, you know, saying that we're struggling to score goals, but we've got to create chances as well. Alex, you can't just rely on centre forwards to get goals. You've got to get the ammunition. Yeah, last week, you know, maybe we had 2 or 3 chances where you expect them to score, but it's not that easy when you're on there. It's easy when you're watching. So hopefully chances will come along today, but you know, we're playing a very, very sort of confident West Brom team today who can score goals from anywhere. Centre halves come up from free kicks, corners. Tony Pulis' teams, when I've played against him, have always been organised from set pieces against and set pieces for. I don't know if Darren will tell you more than me that he must work tirelessly on the training ground with his defenders, because he drills it into them. Everybody knows the roles and responsibilities, and then they've got the attacking players to punish it.
Yeah, the rest of that City team, I think you've got team sheets, but Jakubovic, the goalkeeping sub, Andy Robertson, as Dino said, he's there, Harry Maguire, David Myler, Tom Huddleston, Adama Diamandi and Jared Bowen. I know we thought Diamandi might start, but he's not involved. Darren, just a quick word from you from the West Brom team. What are we expecting from your side?
Yeah, much of the same what we've done against over recent weeks. We've gone with the same players again, what we did at Leicester and Burnley, so it's very much the same here. Back four, 2 holding in front, the 3 ahead of them in Brunt, Morrison and Phillips, and then Solomon Rondon up top. Holding 2 will be Claudio and Fletch, and then the back 4s speaks for itself really. So very much the same, very much a work ethic performance. And again a very strong performance we're expecting from the boys today. So as I said, you know, it's a really going to be a tight game today, and as Dino's echoed and I've echoed, that the first goal will be the most important goal.
I know you don't want to give us a prediction, but I'm going to ask you one in a second anyway, a score prediction. Dino always gets them wrong, Darren, so you don't need to worry about that. How do you see it going, Dean?
Listen, after last week's result, which obviously we need to get that consistency of like West Brom have done, 2 on the bounce. If they win today, that's 3 on the bounce. You just mentioned it, they go 6 in the Premier League, which is an unbelievable achievement, you know, for West Brom. So I'd take a point today. Of course, love to go away with 3 after the Southampton game where we had that character to come back. I think I'll go for a 1-1. I think, you know, like Darren said, West Brom will probably be happy with a draw, but you know, I'll be delighted if we get a point today.
The lovely lady from Unibet will be coming around shortly. Put a bet on if you like. Whatever you do, ladies and gentlemen, don't put a bet on 1-1.
Totally agree. I'm hopeless, so don't listen to me.
Darren?
I'm just happy for a West Brom win.
You turn around, Darren. You seem to have splinters there. Splinters. Come on, Darren. Give us a score.
I'll go for 1-0 West Brom.
Excuse me. I think we'd agree we were enjoying his company, Darren. Dean, no, you're Dean. No, you're Darren here. Were we? Enjoying his company? Are you with me, Dean? You're not, are you? No.
You tell him, man.
You reckon 1-0?
I'll go for a 1.
And like I said, I'd like to think that we can extend it and go to 3rd game. But if Dino said if it is to be a draw, then I would imagine out of both clubs will be happier with the draw, only because I would imagine Hull City at this stage of the season need wins rather than draws. So if it is to be a draw, we'll gladly take the draw really.
Okay, ladies and gents, enjoy the game. I'm Alex Burgess. Please give your thanks to Dean Windass, he's off already, and Darren the Fence Moore.